Do not blame and do not make excuses. There are a lot of people who are successful. They're probably in the same situation as all of us. They're probably going through ups and downs, good times and bad times, win and lose. But they know one thing for sure: they've got to keep going till they succeed. So do not blame and do not complain. Don't fold your hands and complain about everything. Everything has always been everything. The only time things would change is if you change inside. If you're not comfortable with the life you live in, then build the life you want. Develop yourself to have the skills to go after what you want. Life is all about selling, all about giving services. If you haven't developed any skill to sell, then no one is buying. Life is about buying and selling. If you're 20, 30, 40 years, you don't have anything to sell, who do you blame? Do you blame the goods? Do you blame the people? Do you blame the environment? Or do you blame yourself? Because I tell you, wherever you are in the world, no matter how hard it is in that place, there are people who are doing well legally. There are people who are successful. There are people who are thriving. There are people who are flourishing, not just surviving. So therefore, wherever you are, there is an opportunity there. There is an opportunity there. You just have to be honest with yourself, look deeply and say to yourself, I need to work on myself. I need to develop myself. I need to grow. I need to become more than myself. I need to be among the 5%, not the 95% who fold their hand, complain and wait for the environment to change, the weather to change, economy to change, policy to change. Change comes from within. The only change, the only waves that's what riding on is the wave created by you, by yourself. Nothing else. Anything can be taken away from you except that which you have made yourself, that skill which you've built yourself. That's why skillful people are always in high demand. Why? It's not the workplace, because if they lose this job, they can go and get another job. If they lose this business, they can start another business. They've grown habit. Now their habit have become them. They've learned how to succeed, how to grow, how to develop. But with you folding your hands every day, complaining and praying without taking action, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're still in the same situation, and then you blame everybody. So start today, take control, tell yourself, I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna develop, I'm gonna do something different, I'm gonna be that person I have wanted to be. They said it's not about having resources, it's about being resourceful. There's something is not there, you go look for it. Something is missing, you build it. There's a gap in the market, you fill it. But how can you attain all this position without thinking? And that's where most people suffer. Most people suffer because they haven't got the ability to think, ability to imagine, ability to see themselves outside their current environment, outside their current situation. Most people haven't got that ability. Most people are actually like automobile. You start them and they just walk till you turn them off. They haven't got the ability to think beyond their current situation. They just walk. They say the hardest working people are the poorest. Why? Because sweating doesn't bring money. Sweating doesn't bring success. But the brain, the ideas, the innovation, that's what changes people's life. Most things you enjoy today are made from someone else's imagination. Then you get a lot of opportunities, you trade away. I know a lot of people have trying to start businesses with, you can do this, run it yourself, manage it, but they just know. They throw it in, they go look for a job. Businesses where you can earn up to $15, $20, $30, $60 a day, but they all give this in and go to a workplace where they earn less than that amount. So it's not about how hardworking you are. It's about how do you think? What do you think about? What do you do with your brain when you are not actually? Do you plan before you take off? Or do you just go into it and just plan and believe it's going to happen, it's going to work out for you? Do you actually take steps to plan before you start? These are what successful people do. They lay down maps. For me, being around successful people, I've seen two things. Imagine you just step out of your door with no planned destination. You just left your house, you walked around 5, 10, 20 minutes, and you go back home. You've just gone for a stroll. You just walked around with no destination in sight. That is what most people do with their life. They're just taking a stroll. They're just taking a stroll for the rest of your life, just walking around, no destination, no end destination in sight. Why successful people plan before they leave their house? They say, I'm going to do this, and this. I'm going to go for a run to this destination and back. I'm going to go here and back. They actually plan, and then they go out. Once they leave their front door, they're about to execute their plan. They've already planned before they leave. So two people doing absolutely the same thing. They leave their front door, and one person is executing their plan for the day, for the month, for the year, and the other person is just taking a stroll for the rest of your life. So ask yourself this: are you taking a stroll for the rest of your life, or are you actually planning and working towards something?